Jayson Tatum's been on a tear since the All-Star
Mm.
break. I think he's been playing really good basketball. Last night, Celtics beat the 76ers. No Jaylen Brown, no Kristaps, no Drew, no Al Horford, no Sam Hauser. And Tatum went out there, put up 35 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals on 14 of 23 shooting and 5 of 11 shooting from 3. After the game, John Corral gets the end of the press conference, right? We all asked our questions. I asked about corner crashing and Torrey Craig. Somebody else asked about Baylor Shireman. Everyone's asking about a bunch of stuff. Gets the end of the press conference. John Corrales, Locked On Celtics and Boston Sports Journal, gets the mic and asks Joe, says, Joe, no one's asked about Tatum. What does that say about him? And Joe says this.
Joe, Jayson had 35 points, 7 rebounds, 3 steals, and it kind of seems like nobody cares. What does it say about him to have a game like this and just kind of be like a ho-hum night?
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you said that because I think that's true and I think that's important. I think that's good. But, I told him after the game, you did your job. Your job was to score 35 and sit the fourth quarter in a game like this, and he did it, and he was great. And he found a great balance of taking great shots. I thought it was super aggressive in the first quarter. I thought his defensive activity was just as good. And again, to sit here and have him do that and to be the last question of the night just kind of shows how good he is and what he does for us. But he did his job, and he was great in it.
Basically just talking about, it's a good thing, right? Like Tatum has earned this. He's deserved this. Even said, I told him, like, this is your job tonight. Put up this many points. Be sitting by the fourth quarter. And it feels like Tatum is one of the most discussed players in the NBA, but not for the ways that I think a lot of players want to be discussed. It is Tatum even good? Is this guy the face of the league? It's a bunch of garbage. At the end of the day, it shows just how good and how impactful he is and he can be, etc. So it is like a good thing, quote unquote. But this guy's been like a secret killer, like a monster for the past month now, and it feels like no one talks about it because that's just the expectation. And like John said, and like Joe said, I feel like that just tells you all you need to know about how good Jayson Tatum is.
Yeah, Tatum is so everybody knows Jayson Tatum. They know him for having no aura. They know him for sitting on the bench for Team USA. Since the All-Star break, he hasn't even been his regular self. Like, he's done everything differently. The whole story with Tatum since the All-Star break has been, look at all these sick passes and the way he set up his teammates and all of those things. And then we've had 2 nights now, 2 of the last 3 games he's played in, where he's just gone supernova. We were discussing the premise for this episode. Jack says, I think the Cleveland game on Friday was maybe the best I've ever seen him play ever. And then we had a game yesterday against Philadelphia where he played an incredible game, and literally Corrales said it. Nobody cared. Like, we didn't care. We weren't talking about it. The whole story of the game was how drunk the game was. And Tatum had 18 points in the first quarter. He went bananas. He was torching the Sixers. He sees those uniforms and just sees red, decides he's going to ruin somebody's day in Philly, like that time the guy called in the radio station, just went on a unbelievable rant about how much he hates Jayson Tatum and how good looking he is and all the things he has that Philly fans don't. And he showed him exactly why.
What's a celebrity you have beef with and why?
I fucking hate Jayson Tatum so much, bro. Like, I get angry. I'm sweating now, right now, currently.
Are you
thinking about this thing.
You talking about champion Jayson Tatum?
Yeah, what's up, bro? You good? Wait, why you had to specify? I watch sports. I know what happened.
Why do you hate Jayson Tatum?
Bro, I hate Jayson Tatum, one, because, like I said, I'm from Philly, so I'm a Sixers fan. Not only is he always beating my team, he won the chip, and my celebrity crush since I was like 16 was LMA. That been LMA for like 8 years. I'm the only nigga who knew it, though. Like, it's crazy. Now, he got her pregnant, and I feel like everybody just found out they was in a relationship. Whole time, I was in Reddit back in like 2019 trying to find out who she dated, because for whatever reason, I thought I had a chance. I'm looking at her story like, okay, she in St. Bart's this date. I'm looking at his shit. Oh, wait, he on the beach. I don't know what beach this is, but why does she match? I see a little light-skinned elbow and maybe a story or something from her shit. I'm like, that elbow a little tatted. I'm zooming in on his shit, bro. I'm telling you, you man. And he a handsome. I automatically hate on all handsome. I'm going to keep it a man. Like, you feel me? Like, because I'm a little bit. But I don't fuck with niggas that's objectively handsome. Like, wow.
And it was a game that he didn't even really have to. Like, nobody cared about this game. It was the Sixers G League team out there, essentially, with Kelly Oubre leading the charge, knocking out teeth. And we've just seen like a culmination of Tatum's game. It's incredible. It's incredible to watch. It should make you feel really good about the playoffs. He's dissecting defenses. He's going to the basket strong. We can get into the specific details, but it feels like he's taking a step up while also taking a step back in a strange way, which is great.
It's odd. I think the passing is always incredible. I mean, I just inserted a bunch of clips here in post editing, whatever. Like you see the passes Tatum is making, but the way he's scoring is also, it feels a lot more methodical now. Like it feels like Jayson Tatum is making a point to, I am going to score in the best ways I know how to score. And at the start of the year, it was a lot of threes, right? He's taking a lot of threes, and he's still taking a lot of threes, but it feels like he's complementing those threes with the best possible shots now. And I think that's the balance you want to strike, because the Celtics offense is just going to take a lot of threes. Like that's how it is, right? For the people who don't like threes and they're like, oh, itching for 90s basketball where people, clothesline each other. Sorry. Like you're not gonna get those anymore. But this is one of the clips that stood out to me because of the way Tatum moved off the ball. So he drives on Andre Drummond with, I think that's Justin Edwards guarding him. Nimi sets a screen, great screen by Nimi, first of all. And then he gets into space against the center, which we'll watch more of that soon because Tatum has absolutely fried centers this year. And then Gershon Yabusele helps over from the corner. Now, the problem here is Luke Kornet's not a floor spacer, right? Usually with the Celtics, you have shooter in the corner. Sam Hauser would start usually. Kristaps start usually. Jaylen Brown even could be there, but Celtics are shorthanded. So they have two non-shooters on the floor. So he goes to that side, and he has to kick out to Kornet. Kornet's not going to shoot, but Yabu knows that. So Yabu's thinking back. He's like, okay. Tatum immediately recognizes this, runs into a dribble handoff action with Kornet, who sets a screen, and then Tatum gets himself an open corner three because of the way he interacts with it. Like these, it may seem simple, like, oh, you just went to the corner. Of course you got open. But he recognized that he didn't have a spacing player in the corner, right? He knew he had to kick it out, and he knew the defense would suck in to guard him. So he kicked it out anyways, recognized that Luke's not going to shoot the ball, went out to Luke, knows that Luke is amazing at setting screens, accepted the screen, and then just got a free shot over Yabusele. Like, the way he processes the game and the way he's getting to his spots and the way he is getting buckets now just feels like it is at a higher level than it's ever been, which is very fun to watch unfold in real time against these teams.
The best thing about this is, like, it's some shit you see Steph Curry do. Like, this is not regular Jayson Tatum. I mean, it's a high IQ play, but he doesn't usually play without the basketball. Like, how many times last year, Jack, did we talk about the Celtics don't do anything with Tatum when he doesn't have the ball? And this was a play that he started with the ball. He did. It was a Tatum play, but he found a way to get himself back involved despite having a lineup out there with two non-shooters, even though I think a lot of people in the community here want to see Luke Kornet try and shoot threes because we know he can do it. It's not something he does or has done in this second stint with the Celtics, where he's been a tremendous finisher around the basket, one of the most efficient guys in the NBA. So Tatum just is like, yeah, I'm going to take advantage of that IQ play by Yabu, who doesn't want to close out, and I'll make Philly pay for trying to cut corners. And he did that. And great shooters throughout NBA history have gotten open looks this way by moving without the basketball. It was a really awesome sequence to see Tatum make that read so quickly after giving up the ball.
You cannot get away with guarding Jayson Tatum with bigs anymore. It's just a no-no. And he did it a lot in the Cavs game, right? Evan Mobley is he's going to be a top candidate for Defensive Player of the Year now, because Wemby's out. And so you see Mobley guard him, right? This is the wrong one. DeAndre Hunter guards Jayson Tatum. They're going to set a screen to get Mobley on him. And you think immediately, like, oh, why would you get a switch onto Mobley? He is so quick and so great at finishing around the rim. He just goes right through him. And this type of aggression is some of the stuff that we've seen more and more from Tatum this year. And it's been working unbelievably well, especially against bigs.
This is how Tatum goes to the next level. When we watched the playoffs last year, we did a lot of complaining, me in particular. I was like, I need to see Tatum go to the basket in the big moments. He is at his best when he's getting downhill, putting pressure on the defense, not only because it's just easier for him to finish through traffic, but he's become so elite at making reads and making the right play and passing out to the open guy that by just getting a paint touch, he's sending them into a frenzy. And the fact that he's willing to go up with these and be strong enough to finish through a big man like Mobley, that's going to set him apart, put him on the next level. It's what we saw in game 5 against the Mavericks in the finals, where Tatum decided the series was over. He just started to blow past people. He was getting switches onto Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively, had a complete blank there, and he was going through their chest. He was taking advantage of their speed mismatch and cooking them, plain and simple. One of the other great things in his bag, Jack, in and out dribble. That'll cook everybody. Freezes defenders all the time.
Yeah, Karl-Anthony Towns was a victim this season.
That's okay. It's okay.
They got his ass. They get the ball over to Jayson Tatum. Obviously, this play went super viral, but just the way he got to his spot. Luke Cornett sets an amazing screen, and then see you later. It's just like you can't. Bigs cannot guard Jayson Tatum in space. He's realized that. This move right here, I'll try to play it slow. I'll slow it down in post, maybe whatever. In out dribble, see you later. Pressures to it, can't hang in. The craziest part about this play is if Tatum didn't think he could rise up quick enough, Jaylen Brown is wide open in the corner.
Yes.
Like they have guys open. Derek White is wide open at the top of the key. Like the way they are able to get open shots, the way he is able to create space is incredible. And the best part about Jayson Tatum, and this is a big thing of that I talk about all the time, is Jayson Tatum isn't a one-way player. Like for all of the Luka's amazing. And Luka's one of the best players in the NBA, right? Don't get me wrong. Jayson Tatum is doing it on both ends, and that's what I think people fail to appreciate. And I think people fail to appreciate defense in general. It's not just a Tatum thing. Like defense is wildly underappreciated in today's NBA. Like look at a play like this, right? This is off-ball defense, which people I think appreciate even less, which is crazy. But Ty Jerome getting guarded by Torrey Craig. Jayson Tatum recognizes it, times it up, and is just able to get over and swat it, right? And get possession. So it is Jayson Tatum recognizing the play, running over and making a play on the ball. And then here, a lot of times off the ball, you get players get, caught sleeping in the corner, or the guys, are able to get in the paint and run off of them. Jayson Tatum is watching the play, he is tracking his guy, he sees his guy and gets a steal. Like these are the type of defensive plays that make Jayson Tatum so special. You even look at the finals last year. You mentioned Gafford. Like he was guarding the center in the finals. When you have a guy who you can match up against Derek Lively, match up against Evan Mobley defensively, but he can also go out there, guard Ja Morant, guard Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Like that's not a normal thing. Like having a guy like that who can also give you 35 or 46 or whatever, and then sit the fourth quarter. It's an impressive thing. And Jayson Tatum's been playing at another level since this All-Star break. The passing's been incredible, like you mentioned. The defense has been awesome. The individual scoring, like he is just so comfortable getting to his spots, rising up, and making stuff happen this season. Like it just feels like he is the most comfortable he's ever been as a scorer, as a passer, as an all-around basketball player. And it's been really fun to see unfold.
Oh, yeah. I think we're still like, we're not quite there with the best version of Jayson Tatum yet. And we're starting to kind of see it develop where he can take the backseat if needed. He can be the facilitator if needed. He did it throughout the playoffs last year, just kind of punish defenses for throwing 3 guys at him every time he touched the ball. You're still seeing that kind of thing. Like it's actually comical when teams double team him now, and we're just like, ha ha ha, like don't do that. That's a big mistake because it's going to be a bucket for somebody. So I'm excited to see the closing stretch of the season here. And of course, playoffs.
Indeed. But we tried a new style of video with a little bit more editing. Let me know what you think. I don't know how often I could do these because I'm sure this took me a long time to edit. But appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you're new, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to Habit Them Celtics. We put out daily videos. We put out full-length podcasts, hour plus 3 times a week, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. So make sure to let us know down in the comments what you want to see, stuff like that. If there's any other videos you want edited like this, comment down below. I'll let Sam wrap it up.
Yeah, thank you very much for listening and watching. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. We're here every single day. New content like this or full pods, which drop Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, or game recaps that drop the morning after each game are going up on the channel at 5 a.m. no matter what. You can find us streaming pregame live for a half hour before tip-off too, so you don't want to miss that. And Roundtable is back, aiming for Tuesday nights here, heading into the playoffs. It's going to be really fun. We're bringing out all the fellas to do the streams with us. It's a ton of fun. Subscribe, bell. You can also find us on Spotify and Apple. All pods and recaps up there for you. So if you just want those, go ahead and follow. Leave a 5-star review. We'd appreciate that very, very much. You can email us, hbtcpod@gmail.com. We'll be reading those today as you hear this, as we record. hbtcpod@gmail.com. Our socials are How About Them C's for Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Facebook's just the name of the podcast. All streams there. They're on YouTube. They're on Twitter. Jack's Twitter's Jackson1NBA. His TikTok is at Jackson1NBA. And my Twitter's at Sam LaFrance. That's it for us.